so much colour around the arena before kick-off. The AEK Athens supporters have come in great numbers as well. And although there's only been one victory in Group B so far, the level of entertainment has been superb. And a great fellowship between the two groups of supporters before kick-off time. Two clubs who will believe they belong in European football season after season. Damian Szymanski, the captain of AEK Athens, leading a very durable side which won the Greek League and Cup double last season against a Marseille team currently out of form in Ligue 1. Ruben Blanco makes his first European appearance of the season after replacing the injured Pau Lopez in the defeat at Nice last weekend. Jordan Veretout also returns in midfield, along with Jeffrey Kondogbia, who makes only his second appearance since mid-August due to injury. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is benched, so Vitinha starts alongside Iliman and Jai. Daniel Stefanski of Poland is our referee. Tomasz Kwiatkowski in charge of VAR. And those famous white shirts can often weigh heavy on the shoulders of Marseille players, and that's been the case in recent weeks domestically. Two players with extensive experience of French football return to the AEK Athens back four. Djibril Sidibe won the World Cup with Les Bleus back in 2018, and Harold Moncoudi once featured for Saint Etienne. The Mexican international Orbelán Pineda comes into midfield alongside Nordin Amrabat. Steven Zuber will be the lone striker. AEK's match winner at Brighton, Ezequiel Ponce, is on the bench. Valentin Rongier and Damian Szymanski, the two captains. Gennaro Gattuso knows what it's like to go all the way in European football at the highest level. And there is such a noise inside this stadium before kick-off. This has the feel of a crucial knockout game rather than match day 3, but it's the start of a double-header, so what happens here tonight could have a real bearing on events in Athens in 2 weeks' time. Amid a real cacophony, it's Marseille who get the game underway, wearing all white, defending the goal away to our left in the first half. Here is Klaus. He's got support from Mbemba, who scored very early on against Brighton here in the previous game. Mokoudi. And it's helped on in the direction of Pineda, but guided back to Ruben Blanco, making his first European appearance of the season. And Njai unable to keep the ball in play, so Djibril Sidibe will take the throw-in. He then careers into the challenge, and the free kick's being given. And Geoffrey Kondogbia, the player he caught, one of the big signings from Atletico Madrid, but he's had real injury problems since his arrival this season. The situation in Group B at the start of this game. Gennaro Gattuso's Marseille looking for their first victory after 2 draws. They're currently 2 points behind AEK Athens, who won at Brighton 3-2 on a dramatic night on the English South Coast on match day 1, before coming from behind late on to draw with Ajax. Ajax also have 2 points. Brighton are currently bottom of the standings. Matias Almeida, the Argentinian, in charge of AEK Athens, has so much to live up to after winning the domestic double in his first season. Sidibe unable to keep the ball in play there. And it's thrown very long and too long, and it's claimed by Stankovic. Makudi in towards Pineda. The challenge comes in from Klaus, and it will be a free kick. And Marseille with another set-piece opportunity here. Armin Harit is over it. Klaus could prove to be the decoy in the end. Lifted in and helped away by Zuba, maybe not convincingly, but Marseille will have a throw-in, and maybe the dominant side in the opening stages. Into Verretou, and flick back to him. The early cross in is sliced behind by Domagoj Vida for the game's first corner. Marseille looking to build on a promising start here. The corner is helped on, and eventually the clearance maybe lacked conviction again, but AEK are able to get the distance this time. It was Makudi who was on the end of the free kick. Leonardo Balerdi, who was sent off in the 1-0 defeat against Nice at the weekend in Ligue 1, but okay to play in Europe. Harit, Chancel and Bemba. And Balerdi again. And Vitinha, and he runs kindly, and in the end the shot is saved. And Njai with a really good opportunity, and Stankovic doing just enough. Well, I'm not sure it was intended from Vitinha, certainly wasn't, but it fell kindly for Njai. The touch in the end of Haisafi, and Njai had time to pick his spot, but rather scuffed the effort. Iliman Njai, signed from Sheffield United in the English second tier last season, helped them to promotion back to the Premier League, and he was their star performer by some distance. But returning to Marseille, where he was part of the academy as a youngster. Haisafi with the throw-in. And in the end, Ike had the opportunity to try and deal with Pineda. And the shot from Mantalos was blocked and the flag was raised anyway. But there would have been a real element of fortune about that for Iliman and Jai, but Marseille could maybe do with that the way things have been going recently. Lodi, one of two players signed from Atletico Madrid during the transfer window. Kondogbia, he was the other. And Sidibe, the player who is penalised. Catching Renan Lodi, who is a fullback who always looks to get forward at every opportunity. Vitinha chosen ahead of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang this evening. Scored 2 goals in August, but none since. Kondogbia also forward in this attack, and Mbemba has come forward from the back, and he was the player who initially made the dart into an offside position. So Marseille will reset. It's very deep, looking for Balerdi, headed away by Haisafi, and Mantalos quickly plays it forward, but it's guided back towards Ruben Blanco. Steven Zuber operating as the lone striker this evening. He was doing the closing down there on Mbemba. Balerdi. And Marseille will have the throw-in. 3 wins, 3 draws and 3 losses in Ligue 1 so far this season. And that symmetry persists. 12 goals scored, 12 against. But they are unbeaten here in the Stade Velodrome. But overall have lost 3 of their previous 4 league games after a very good start to the season. And Jai. Now Vitinha, supported by Verretou. Around the corner from Rongier, but it's helped away by Makudi. Now Pineda. And Makudi's done well. Zuba. Haisafi. And the ball from Mantalos was slightly loose. Marseille were hammered 4-0 at Paris, their first league defeat of the season. And they've twice lost in South Coast derbies against Monaco and Nice, currently 8th in the table. And they welcome the bottom club in Ligue 1, Lyon, to the Stade Velodrome this weekend. Vitinha will chase. And he's managed to get there and deliver the cross, which has swirled very high. And in the end, Lodi looking to improvise, but AEK Athens do have the throw-in. Not quite sure what he was looking to do there under pressure from Amrabat. Sidibe scored a flying header against Brighton to open Ike's account in the Europa League this season, as Amrabat is cut down. It will be a free kick. Rongier, the player penalised. Nordin Amrabat, at the age of 36, the brother of the Manchester United midfielder Sofian. Immense experience to add to this AEK Athens team. Mantalos is over the free kick. Domagoj Vida, who scored against Ajax, is forward. Amrabat could be the option for a quicker free kick. And indeed it goes to Amrabat. Back towards Mantalos. And Sidibe coming back from an offside position, and he is the player penalised. And there was a claim there was an arm in the face from Sidibe. Clearly offside as he tangled with Vitinha. And the elbow may have been flexed there by Sidibe on Vitinha. Gennaro Gattuso on 2 UEFA Champions Leagues with Milan. A glittering CV as a player, which also included the 2006 World Cup. And he replaced Marcelinho after only 7 games this season. And the back pass will test out the first touch of Blanco, but he's equal to it. And Gattuso is the 5th coach in 2.5 years to take charge of Marseille, and there have been some big names among that list. Sidibe was shown the yellow card for that challenge on Vitinha. Rongier. On Bemba. Now Klaus. Harried, unable to keep the ball in play. AEK currently 3rd in the Greek Super League. And they have a big game coming up this weekend at home to PAOK, who are currently 2nd. It's all very tight at the top. Olympiacos, the current leaders, but AEK are only 2 points behind them. And they won by 3-0 at Asteras Tripolis on Sunday. And they've done well to manage the demands of domestic and European football. The longer the season has gone on, although they, like Marseille, were knocked out in the qualifying rounds of the UEFA Champions League. And Marseille were beaten by Greek opposition, Panathinaikos, on penalties. They won the home leg here by 2-1, but they conceded a penalty in the 99th minute and eventually lost out. And AEK were bitterly disappointed to have been beaten by Royal Antwerp of Belgium in the playoff round when they were so close to the group stage of the Champions League. Vitinha, he's been busy so far. Beyond the challenge of Makudi, but it's tidied up by Jonsson. Vida. Back to Stankovic. Jonsson. Amrabat. Drawing Lodi into the challenge and then looking to feed Sidibe beyond him, but Marseille have the throw-in. Taken by Lodi. And the appeals for a free kick fall on deaf ears. Daniel Stefanski not interested. Helped on by Jonsson. Mantalos. Amrabat. Sidibe on the overlap, but it's in towards Zuba. Really fired in towards him. He did well to control that, but no more than that. Safi with an important intervention. Amrabat. And Pineda wide on the left-hand side. He may gather now, but Marseille quickly win it back. Harried. Munjai. And Vitinha was on the move once again, but it's out of play for a goal kick. Gennaro Gattuso said before this game that he believes that AEK Athens play and something fairly close to the French style. But both coaches in their press conferences yesterday were really talking up this game as being something to enjoy, and there is pressure on both teams in a group which has seen no one really take a firm grip of it so far. Belletti. Good score in the Champions League last season. And Marseille enjoyed a big victory here against Sporting. They were denied a place in the round of 16 by Tottenham here on match day 6. Flags up for offside. And it's going to be a good tussle with Lodi up against both Amrabat and Sidibe on the far side during the first half. Makudi. Plays his international football for Cameroon. Going to Stankovic. And now the familiar figure of Domagoj Vida, his 90th European appearance this evening, helped on by Amrabat, but he can't link up with Sidibe. Matias Almeida enjoyed success as a player and a coach with River Plate in his native Argentina, and was also a key part of the Lazio side under Sven-Göran Eriksson around the turn of the century, which enjoyed so much success both in Italy and in European competition. More recently in the United States and with Guadalajara in Mexico, but his return to Europe coincided with a memorable season for AEK Athens. Johnson. Vida given the time to carry the ball forward. Zuba. He managed to find Amrabat. Not sure that was his intention. Mantalos losing out. Marseille could break here. Parried. And the wide open spaces for Jonathan Klaus. Now Onjai. It's a good ball inside. This will be an excellent goal from Onjai, but once again he was lacking the finish. Clever pass from Veretout to release him, and Onjai choosing to come inside. And he was able to sway beyond Szymanski, but by the time he got the shot away, Stankovic was right on top of it. It's a remarkable story in many ways, Iliman Onjai, part of Marseille's academy. But he never really made the grade as a youngster. He was playing in English non-league football as recently as 2020. Established himself in the Sheffield United team less than a couple of years ago, but quickly became indispensable to them before returning to his boyhood club. Solid challenge there by Szymanski, but he won the ball. Mantalos. Now Amrabat. Only Zuba in the centre at the moment. Amrabat goes alone, but the shot was sliced. And this was the opportunity for Onjai. Maybe could have gone first time, but tried to come back in field onto his right foot, and he was smothered by Stankovic. Makudi. The offside flag is raised again. Well, we have two coaches here tonight who were excellent midfielders during their playing days. Vitinha. He's been working hard without really having too much of an impact so far. Klaus. He's got the room to come in field. Harried. Vitinha holding the width. And the cross was driven in but cut out by Haisafi. And Ehsan Haisafi, the Iranian international, has played previously in the Asian Champions League, featuring in the UEFA Europa League here this evening. Harried. Jonsson, the Danish international, will clear. Balerdi. It's been a rather scrappy opening quarter to the game, not really matching the quality of the atmosphere from either set of supporters. Ball's allowed to bounce before Vida helps it to safety. Mbemba. Harried. Babakia was played blind, but he managed to find support, and the shot driven low by Njai and kept out at the near post by Stankovic. And it's another opportunity for Iliman Njai. And everything is falling to the Senegalese international at the moment. Klaus. And the ball back to him is overhit from Rongier. But this is the opportunity. Kondogbia picking out Njai, who took the shot early and tried to catch out Stankovic at the near post, but he was equal to it. And in the absence of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, both Njai and Vitinha have the responsibility to try and come up with the goals here tonight. Aubameyang has scored 4 times in Europe so far this season, including 2 against Ajax in that 3-3 draw on match day 1. Ruben Blanco not tested so far, but it's been given away by Marseille. Sidibe, Zubair. The challenge from Balerdi had to time that, but in the end a free kick has been given. Well, Zuba suggesting it was inside the penalty area. Balerdi looked to take everything, and that is very close to being inside the box. Well, it's a game of centimetres, maybe just outside. Although the eventual contact may have been inside the area. Daniel Stefanski surrounded by AEK Athens players. But the free kick has been given, almost on the white of the line. Mantalos is over it. A left footer could go for goal from here. And Haisafi may be thinking about that. And it's Haisafi who curls it. And he got the whip, but not the direction. Well, Ersan Haisafi yet to score in Europe. Well, that was a close-run thing for Marseille, and it came after they gave the ball away in the midfield area. Now Ronget. Sidibe was grappling, but he's able to shake him off. Kondogbia. Klaus. Spins into the path of Njai. And that's an excellent ball. Klaus with the cross! And it's in from Vitinha! Well, it's a big night for him. And he's come up with the opening goal. A really well-made goal as well. Klaus with the cross, and there was a slip there by Vida, which was crucial. And when Vida went to ground, Vitinha had the simple opportunity to roll the ball beyond Stankovic. Not the cleanest connection, but it found the back of the net. AEK Athens convinced there was a foul in the build-up. And this has gone to VAR. Tomasz Kwiatkowski is in charge of the screens. Daniel Stefanski finding Domagoj Vida, one of the players who was having the conversation. It was Vida who went down. And Vitinha just having to wait here. Klaus made the run from right back. Was there a push there by Vitinha on Vida? Certainly a coming together, but was it enough to send the Croatian defender sprawling? The officials are currently in consultation in a very noisy arena, and Daniel Stefanski making it clear to the AEK Athens players to stay away from the situation. Well, Gennaro Gattuso having to wait, and in the end, the goal has been given. And Vitinha can celebrate once again. And Marseille have a crucial lead. The big question was the nudge from Vitinha enough to send Domagoj Vida sprawling like that? And the officials clearly believe that it was all part of the game, and the goal stands. And Marseille, who started this game really well and then rather lost their way, have now come up with the opener. Guarded back by Szymanski to Sisan Stankovic, who was completely exposed there. And it was a lovely ball in from Jonathan Klaus. Now Sidibe at the other end. Mantalos, he was looking for Amrabat, but he was quickly challenged, but then did well to feed it through to the veteran. But Lodi is able to ultimately win the throw-in. Well, the decision to bring in Vitinha ahead of Aubameyang justified there from Gennaro Gattuso. Jonsson looking to shake off Verretou. And here is Makudi. Lodi's got time. Blanco with the early release. Vida gets there before Vitinha this time. Sidibe. And the bounce of the ball favouring the former French international there. Haisafi is forward, and he got there before Klaus initially. Haisafi goes down, and the yellow card is shown to Jonathan Klaus, and it's a free kick for AEK Athens. And the game is really beginning to simmer now. Well, the arm was across there from Klaus, and having earlier booked Sidibe for a similar challenge, the referee showing consistency there. But it's a free kick in a very good area here for AEK Athens, and it will favour Mantalos, the right-footed player this time. Whipped in by Mantalos, and the header is over the top in the end. Makudi was the player who was on the end of it. And it was almost off his shoulder and his back rather than his head, so it loops harmlessly over. Only Vitinha's third goal of the season, his first since August the 18th. But his European goal-scoring record isn't too bad. That's his 6th goal in 18 games. Confirmation of the earlier yellow card for Sidibe. Zuba. Now Vida. And Vitinha scored 4 times in the Europa League for Braga last season as the ball bobbles back to Blanco, including a hat-trick in the group stage against Union Saint-Gilloise. Leonardo Beledi was also booked earlier on as well, so 3 yellow cards in the game. Mbemba, title winner in Europe with both Anderlecht and Porto. Haisafi. And Njai, as he always does, has worked extremely hard so far. He was the player who had 3 presentable opportunities early on, but it's Vitinha who was given Marseille the lead. Mbemba. Now Klaus. And Orbalan Pineda has not really seen the ball enough from AEK Athens' point of view. Niklas Eliasson, the Swedish international, on the bench. Pineda preferred to him. And no Sergio Araujo in the matchday squad for AEK Athens here this evening. Domagoj Vida penalised for the challenge on Vitinha. He may not have seen him coming, but he certainly made contact. And a second goal now will put Marseille in a really strong position With less than 10 minutes to play in the first half. Klaus, who made the goal, is over the free kick. Klaus with the delivery, it's flicked on by an AEK, quickly returned into the area. Mbemba was there, Safi able to hook the ball clear. Now Harit. Marseille players scurrying to get back on side, including Kondogbia. Now Njai. Kondogbia once again, Harit. And Kondogbia striding away from Zuba, that's good play. And he's brought Renan Lodi into the game. And the cross beyond Mbemba. Harit, though, trying to keep it alive. Pineda's clearance doesn't get the necessary distance. Harit. It's another dangerous cross in. And this time it's volleyed clear by Szymanski. Beledi. Lodi. Vida was in the way. And Szymanski almost robbed by Vitinha, but it was almost pinball inside the AEK Athens penalty area there. Kondogbia's header striking Mbemba, and Safi able to hook the ball clear. Harit. Now Njai. Klaus. And it's beyond both Njai and Harit. It will be a goal kick, and that will be some relief to AEK Athens, who have been rather clinging on since conceding the goal in the 27th minute. Szymanski, the Polish international. Makudi. And AEK have been rather laboured in possession so far. Sidibe. Now Vida again. And they go all the way back to Stankovic. Szymanski. Makudi. Safi looking to get forward with the help of Pineda, but real energy being shown by the Marseille midfield unit. Players like Rongier and Kondogbia. Vida. Now Makudi. Safi. That's a good ball. Zuba able to bring the ball down, but he's unable to evade the challenge of Beledi. Hacked away by Klaus. Vitinha outnumbered, but Vida has to concede the throw-in. Steven Zuba has rather been feeding off scraps so far in the game. Klaus with the throw-in. And the free kick will be given for that challenge. It was clumsy from Mantalos, but it really epitomises how the midfield battle has gone so far. Kondogbia was more eager there in the challenge, and he was heading towards goal when he was caught by Mantalos. And AEK could rather do with the reset here at half-time, and they'll be very keen to get there, only a goal down at worst. Klaus with the high ball in, met by Vida this time. Pineda, he's given the ball away again. Njai. Now Harit. And once again, the cross is too deep for Marseille. And with a bit more precision from the wide areas, They could have very easily added to their lead here. Safi is the player down. And it's a great sight, the Stade Velodrome, when it's full like this, a crowd in excess of 60,000 here tonight. There are French school holidays this week, and there is a youthful element to the crowd as well, alongside the usual ultras. And at the end of a pleasantly warm autumnal day, this is a great way to spend a Thursday night. But Mantis Almeida has one or two issues here, not least the injury to his Iranian left-back. Vitinha with the goal which divides the two sides. Rather bundled in, but he will take it. And those supporters who've made the journey from Athens will be hoping to see a reaction from their team in the second half. This, of course, was a venue in the Rugby Union World Cup, and the final will be played in Paris this weekend, so it's a big sporting week in France, including this game. And Safi looks to be going off. And there will be a hurried change here made by AEK Athens. Milad Mohammadi will be coming on. One Iranian international replacing another. Safi has helped around the pitch. But AEK Athens have offered very little going forward so far. Only 3 attempts on goal. Beladi winning the goal kick off Amrabat, and that grimace rather sums things up for the Greek champions. And Beladi, who came through the academy at Boca Juniors and arrived in Marseille via Dortmund. And as we tick towards the end of 45 minutes, there will be some added time here. We had the injury to Safi and the VAR check following the goal. Johnson winning the header, helped out by Makudi. Now Klaus. And Vitinha out-muscled by Makudi this time, who is then fouled. And the young Portuguese striker has done his best to put himself about, but more importantly for his team, he was in the right place at the right time as we enter a minimum of 5 more minutes. Pineda with the throw-in, and the Mexican now gets it back, supported by Mohammadi. And the player who's just come on will try and deliver the cross, which he does. But it's guided clear by Mbemba. Zuba. Nice turn from him. Mohammadi. It's all very tight on this near side. Johnson. Drifted in onto the head of Mbemba. Mohammadi. And then Johnson is there again. And Beledi will be penalised. Leaping above Mantalos. Just needs to be careful, Leonardo Beledi. Already on a yellow card in the game. And sent off at the weekend. Mantalos and Amrabat just sorting out the signal. And the free kick ultimately comes to nothing, but here is Vida, and that's a nice ball. Zuba! 1-1! Steven Zuba, though, is denied by the assistant's flag. He may have also picked up an injury as well. And of course this will be checked. And there were a number of AEK players who were offside there. Zuba wasn't when he put the ball in, but during the initial movement, when the ball was played back into the penalty area, there were at least two players who were standing in an offside position. And the goal will not count. And nor did Amrabat. Once again being told by the referee to leave the scene. Well, we were told initially the goal had been disallowed, but a yellow card will now be shown to someone around the AEK Athens technical area. And it's one of the players who's warming up. Confirmation the goal has been disallowed. Mohammadi winning the header. And the player who was booked was Lazarus Rota, who is starting this match on the bench, having started the win against Asteras Tripolis at the weekend. The long throw looking for Vitinha, met by Makudi. Vida rather playing Sidibe into trouble there. And it's been won back by Njai. Mbemba. Beledi. And Lodi is forward here, so too is Njai. Rongier. Sidibe with the challenge on Lodi. And AEK win it back. And then they have the free kick, the challenge on Mantalos. And Marseille may be slightly disappointed they've not made more of their first half dominance here. They've had long spells of possession, but Sisan Stankovic has only really had one save to make when he kept out the shot from Njai before the goal. Mohammadi. Maybe one final chance in the first half here for AEK Athens. And a goal kick's been given. Well, he was outnumbered. Milad Mohammadi, as he looked to hit the byline. And Ruben Blanco has not really had a shot to save. I'm sure Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will be keen to see some action at some stage to maintain his excellent goal-scoring record in Europe this season. And breaks for Pineda. But he goes all the way back to Vida, who has to backtrack to find Stankovic. And we still play on in the first half. Szymanski not really helped by the ball he received. Sidibe looking to wriggle away from Njai. He's managed to do that. And then he's fouled. And as we tick into the 7th minute of added time in the first half, it will be a free kick conceded by Valentin Rongier. Makudi. Mohammadi was off on the overlap, but that is finally half-time. And Vitinha with his first European goal of the season. The difference so far, bundling home a cross from Jonathan Klaus after 27 minutes. Marseille overall the better team, although AEK Athens did have a goal disallowed late in the first half for offside, and they were convinced that Domagoj Vida was fouled by Vitinha in the build-up to the goal, but it was checked and it stood, and at half-time it is Marseille 1, AEK Athens 0.
It's about to be a party in here. BetMGM's got all the sports betting in one place, and it's live, baby. Ooh, we're placing money lines in real time. We got second half spreads and third set winners as they happen. Overs hitting in extra innings. Live is where the action is at. Can we get these people a promo? There it is.
This is the GMC Sierra, available with the V8 engine, the Super Cruise hands-free driving experience, and the multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra, it's the truck.
If you look closely around the bag, you'll find a clue as to where these delicious pistachios are from. Well done, Sherlock. You found it. Wonderful pistachios are the pistachios that are wonderful with the word wonderful on them.
Hey, you! Can we come together? Hey, you!
New Balance, we got now.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You always show up, no matter how small the show is. Because anyone can have a dream, but you have what it takes to chase it. You are fighters, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
We love our house. The outdoor space is great, but we do have invasive weeds.
Ranger!
He's up here!
At least Geico makes bundling my home and car insurance easy. We save so much.
Stay away from my family!
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Morgan Stanley is partnering with the Women's Tennis Association to remove boundaries. Because this game is for everyone.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick and try Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
Side in Group B of the UEFA Europa League. Gennaro Gattuso's team dominated long spells in the first half, but only had Vitinha's goal to show for it. And a second change made by AEK Athens, and an interesting one, the fullback Djibril Sidibe taken off, and the striker Ezequiel Ponce, who scored the winner against Brighton on match day 1, is the player who's come on. So there will be a reshuffle and possibly a change of shape here. As two one-time Moroccan teammates, Amrabat and Harit, share a conversation, and the second half gets underway. AEK Athens in their familiar yellow and black, attacking the goal on the way to our right. Marseille leading by a 1-0, and they have a very early free kick. The challenge on Jonathan Klaus. AEK have now changed both of their starting fullbacks. Ihsan Haisafi was taken off injured late in the first half to be replaced by Milad Mohammadi. And now Djibril Sidibe has also made way. He was on a yellow card. And we will see what impact it has on the formation. With Ezequiel Ponce coming on. Here is Amrabat. Back to Vida. It looks like Pineda has dropped into a slightly deeper role. Amrabat is ahead of him. And it's Amrabat's crossing, which wasn't too far away from Ponce. And it's swept away by Mbemba. Balerdi was stretching and Mbemba had to make it. Amrabat losing out from the throw-in. Makudi. Ponce scored, having come off the bench at Brighton on match day 1. In that dramatic game when AEK were twice pegged back by penalties before eventually winning 3-2. So Matías Almeida has gone for something different at the start of the second half as Ponce loses out to Kondogbia. Blanco finding Unjai, and he eventually gets the free kick. And there'll be a different role for Steven Zuber in the second half. Vitinha in pursuit, but that's all he is, and that's a goal kick. AEK in their first group stage in UEFA competition for 4 years. They weren't involved in Europe at all last season. Amrabat. Well, he went down looking for the free kick, but nothing given. He was certainly tangling with Lodi, but Lodi went down first, clutching his face. And Matías Almeida in a more relaxed pose at the start of the second half, but his team still have it all to do here. Balerdi with the free kick, cut out by Vida. have to go back a long time for significant runs in Europe from AEK Athens. They got to the quarter-finals of the European Cup back in 1969 and the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup in 1977 when they were the dominant side in Greek football. Ponce putting the ball in the air but in an offside position. And AEK were also the first Greek club to play in the UEFA Champions League group stage. And they were in the same section as both Ajax and Milan, who went on to reach the final in 1995. And as it stands at the moment, AEK are about to prolong their long winless streak away to French clubs in Europe. Only 2 draws and 7 defeats in their previous 9 trips here, and only 3 goals scored. Vida continuing his personal duel with Vitinha. Pineda. Amrabat managing to escape the attentions of Lodi this time. Kondogbia also comes back, but Amrabat delivers the ball in, but no real menace behind it. Lodi. And good covering from Mantalos. And it's been terrific stuff at times between Amrabat and Lodi. Neither player is giving an inch. Lodi all the way back to Blanco. And a Marseille victory here would really open out the group, would put them above AEK Athens. Brighton and Ajax also playing on later this evening. Zuba to loose header from Mbemba. Mantalos, Pineda, complete miss kick, but Pineda's still there and he scored! Oberlan Pineda with his first European goal. And it seemed the Mexican had lost the opportunity, but as Marseille froze, he was alive to the possibilities, and AEK are level. The cross in behind Ponce, Pineda there with a swipe at the ball which seemed to confuse the Marseille defence, and it ran kindly back to him. A complete slice, but then there was more conviction behind the second shot. And it's a typical story for Marseille in Europe in recent years. They've not put teams away during spells of dominance, and it's come back to cost them, and it may have done here. And Oberlan Pineda, who was switched to right back at the start of the second half to accommodate the change, has come up with the equalising goal. And now it is a very different game. Mantalos, who provided the cross for the goal, was fouled there, free kick, and he's back on the ball again. Mohammadi makes the move inside. Zuba. Jonsson. Mantalos. And it's overhit beyond Mohammadi. Only the 4th goal in 10 games that AEK Athens have scored in France. And Gennaro Gattuso will be exasperated. Whatever he said during the half-time interval has now been torn up in shreds. Oh, that's a terrible clearance. Here is an opportunity. That has to be a penalty. What a mistake by Stankovic. It's only a yellow card. Marseille are convinced it should be a red. Valentin Rongier leading the protests. But Stankovic, having made the mistake, must now face a penalty. The back pass from Vida. He was closed down by Vitinha. He gifted the ball to Vitinha, who was about to round him and try and put the ball into an empty net. Stankovic swept his legs away, and that's the clearest penalty you will ever see. It's arguable whether it's a genuine attempt to win the ball, and the referee has been talking to the VAR, Tomasz Fiakowski, and he is coming across on his advice to look at the screen and see whether the yellow card here for Zizan Stankovic should be updated to a red. The question is, was that a genuine attempt to win the ball? Well, the Rugby Union World Cup has been played here recently. That was something akin to a rugby tackle. The referee has had a look. The yellow card is coming back out. That will be overturned, and Zizan Stankovic will be dismissed. And moments after AEK Athens had got back into the game, Stankovic's error is compounded by the red card. And Matías Almeida now has another problem to solve. It all came from Ruben Blanco's long ball downfield. Vida playing it back to his goalkeeper, who looked to try and return it to Vida. Vitinha was in the way. And from that moment, Stankovic knew he was under pressure. Well, they will have to take another player off here to bring on one of the backup goalkeepers, Georgios Anastasidis, who is the senior of the two goalkeepers, and Georgios Theocharis, who has never played European football, as the other one. Well, Georgios Anastasidis was involved in the UEFA Champions League a couple of years ago when he was playing for Sheriff Tiraspol during their memorable group stage. He's only played one league game so far this season, but the 30-year-old will be coming on here, and they will take their time. And what a moment to come onto the field of play. And I suppose the first instruction from Matías Almeida will be to save the penalty. And it's Petros Mantalos who will come off. Athanasidis will make the long, lonely walk to the penalty area. Well, Athanasidis does have plenty of European experience. A very experienced goalkeeper as well. But he's found himself behind Stankovic. And he just wants a touch on the ball, and Marseille weren't too happy about that. So a big moment here for Georgios Athanasiidis. Amin Harit will take the penalty kick. And he's had a long time to wait here. Harit against Athanasiidis. This his first involvement in the game. Harit, right-footed, makes no mistake. Marseille regain the lead. And now they are up against 10 players as well. Well, Harit showing real calmness at the heart of this cauldron. Athanasiidis unable to become the instant hero. And 7 minutes after AEK Athens equalised, Marseille take a grip on this game once again. And it's been an opening 15 minutes in the second half, awash with drama. Vida. Now Pineda. Harit. And it's another free kick for Marseille. Harit caught by Pineda. And that error from Stankovic could have real repercussions for AEK Athens. They will be without their first-choice goalkeeper for the second leg of this double-header when they play Marseille at home in a couple of weeks' time. Harit's third European goal in his 26th appearance. And here he is again. He's got support from Lodi. Harit in towards Vitinha, back towards Harit. And the free kick's being given for the challenge on Szymanski. And Harit has been a central character in the last few moments. Matías Almeida has seen his side a goal down and now a player down, and he's had to use 3 of his changes already in this game due to injury, a half-time tactical tweak, and now the replacement to bring on the backup goalkeeper. Makudi, that's a nice turn. Zubair, and that's a free kick. Chancel Mbemba, the player who cut him down. And can AEK respond here with 10 players almost straight away? Amrabat over the free kick is taken quickly. Here is Zubair. And it deflects kindly for Marseille. Amrabat. And he was outnumbered and Marseille had the throw-in. Baladi. Now loading. And Marseille swarming forward again here. Klaus. And Jai makes the run to the near post. But it's good defending from Mohammadi. But the ball had gone behind. It will be a corner kick. Only the second of the game, and they've both gone to Marseille. And Athanasiidis has not had any time at all to adapt to the conditions here. Corners worked short. Klaus. And that's a waste. And it was good refereeing between the on-field official and the VAR. There's no doubt Stankovic made very little attempt to win the ball there. It was purely a move to prevent Vitinha scoring. And Stankovic knew, really, as soon as the penalty was given, maybe he thought it was a reprieve, but it turned out to be only a brief one. Amrabat. And he can't link up with Pineda. And this stadium holds just over 65,000 and not too many spare seats in it this evening. A crowd of just under 63,500 here for the draw with Brighton. Baladi. That's nicely done. Here is Harry. Vitinha waits in the centre. Rongier. Harried. Kondogbia. Now Njai. Lofted high towards Lodi. He goes down in the box. And it's another penalty. The challenge from Amrabat. Well, this could be the crucial moment in the game. Amrabat did seem to block off the run of Lodi. There was clear contact. And the referee was very well placed. Lodi clearly onside. And the partial body check from Nordin Amrabat. He has been shown the yellow card, and Daniel Stefanski points to the spot once again, and Athanasiidis will face another penalty. He's barely had a touch. Jordan Veretout will take this one. Scored against Brighton. What can Athanasiidis do this time? Two penalties within 10 minutes. Veretout, and he was as composed as Harry was. And Marseille surely have a winning lead against 10 players. Well, they found the right mix in the second half. Helped out in large part to AEK Athens defending. Veretout stuttered his run. Athanasiadis made his mind up, really, and it was dispatched comfortably into the corner. And AEK Athens equalising goal in the second half now seems some time ago. And the home crowd are exultant. Pineda, what on earth do AEK Athens do here? Marseille will be heading above them in the table. Kondogbia, he's had an excellent game. And that's another fine ball to find Lodi. Amrabat may have a problem again here. It's cut back to Harit. Late challenge from Jonsson, but it's quickly played forward by Veratu. And the move will now come to an end, and Jai unable to do too much with that. And Kondogbia wins another free kick. Ponce with the challenge this time. And his physicality and quality on the ball has made a real difference for Marseille this evening. Although Matthias Almeida may believe this was entirely unavoidable. The turning point of the game in the second half. Cisan Stankovic's decision to try and play the ball out to Domagoj Vida. From that moment, AEK's evening has gone downhill fairly rapidly. Balani. Now Rongier. Kondogbia was looking for that switch to the left for Lodi again, but this time Athanasiadis is able to gather. And AEK Athens may be thinking about damage limitation here. Of course, with the head-to-head records used in the group stage, they won't want to lose this game by too many. Vida. And there will be a double change made by AEK very soon. Their final changes. Nicholas Eliasson and Kostas Galanopoulos will be coming on. Jonsson. Mohammadi. And he's managed to isolate Klaus. But that was as good as it got for him. Here are the changes. And one for Marseille first. Amin Harit coming off. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will be coming on. Good time to come on. 3-1 up against 10 players. Harit has done his job. And Ismail Assar will also be coming on to add his pace and trickery to the team. And Vitinha, who scored the opening goal, heads to the technical area as Gennaro Gattuso freshens up his attacking options. Kostos, Gallinopoulos and Nicolas Eliasson will be coming on, and it's Damian Szymanski and Nordin Amrabat who will come off. And Nicolas Eliasson played a portion of his career in France with Nîmes, Swedish international. And Gallinopoulos has won 2 league titles with AEK Athens, having come through the academy. Scored in the qualifying round in the UEFA Champions League this season. Jonsson. And Pineda unable to keep the ball in play. Well, Matias Almeida made the changes to come back into the game, and it worked briefly, but it's now all about just trying to ensure that Marseille don't run away with this game. And Aubameyang, maybe 34 years of age, but the Gabonese international is looking to close down 2 notable European milestones during this group stage. This is 98th European appearance, and he currently has 48 goals. He's featured for Dortmund, Arsenal, Barcelona and Chelsea, along with Marseille, in European football. A clutch of massive European names. And Beledi gets the free kick after tangling with Ponce. And the rather bemused, disappointed looks on the AEK bench tell the story. Ronge, Kondogbia. And Marseille utterly in control of this game at the moment. Will be a different story in Athens in a couple of weeks' time. Or at least AEK will be hoping it is. Beledi. Aubameyang. Mbemba. And it's whipped in again, looking for Aubameyang, and claimed by Athanasiidis. There was real pace on the cross there, but it was always favouring the goalkeeper. Lodi, Kondogbia, Mbemba looking for Klaus. He's got Sarr lurking on the edge of the penalty area. Ismaila Sarr, good save by Athanasiidis. Pretty much Ismaila Sarr's first involvement, and he almost swept in what would have been a lovely goal. But Athanasiidis did well to get down. Klaus will take the corner. Mbemba is forward. And Valeri almost took it off the head of Kondogbia. Lodi, Kondogbia. And after 3 defeats in 4 league games, Marseille enjoying the luxury here of being able to stroke the ball around at home. And of course, Marseille against Lyon is always a massive game in the French domestic calendar, but Lyon will arrive here at the weekend in all sorts of trouble at the bottom of the table. Kondogbia. He looked to play in Unjai, but Makudi may have a problem here because Unjai won't give this up. And the clearance only finds Kondogbia. Vertu, Ronge. Now Kondogbia. Mbemba. Sarr waits in the centre, but Aubameyang lets fly. And again, Athanasiadis makes a fine save. Well, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang only had eyes for the goal there. And Athanasiadis has done well to keep the score down in the last few moments. Domagoj Vida all the way back to Athanasiadis again, and here is Ponce. A rare attack from AEK Athens since falling behind again in this game. Zuba looking to create the space, but the shot was eventually blocked. Is back towards Zuba again, and some busy defending there from Ismail Sarr. He was bowled over by Jonsson, and it will be a free kick. And Jens Jonsson, the latest player to be shown a yellow card in this game. And at times, the AEK Athens midfield has been overrun. Vertu, now Lodi. And there is space and time again for Ronge. Ismail Sarr just behind Aubameyang. Pineda. Larson was looking for the pass, and he's still waiting for it. But Pineda goes himself. And I think he was waiting and waiting for Lodi to eventually foul him, which is what he does, so it's a free kick. A goal now for AEK Athens, and the match is alive once again. That's what he'll be hoping. Larson over the free kick. Both central defenders are forward. Larson's delivery, and it was flicked on by Vida, but no late heroics from him here tonight so far. And then Makudi catching Lodi, and it will be a free kick. Makudi would argue he was simply closing him down. Well, they don't look like a coaching team with a 2-goal lead against 10 players. But those are the standards that Gennaro Gattuso sets. Mbemba. Now Klaus. And with Sarr, Aubameyang and Njai, a three-pronged forward line now for Marseille. There is real pace and threat there. Here is Njai. Sarr peels away to the right. Njai maybe looks to go alone. Now he finds Sarr. The ball finds Ismaila Sarr, and he makes it 4-1. And this evening has suddenly become emphatic for Marseille. Two players signed from the English second tier, combining for a really attractive goal in the UEFA Europa League. Ismaila Sarr would not give that up. Njai finding Sarr, and he was able to hold off the challenge and slip the ball beyond Athanasiadis from a tight angle. Njai with all of the initial hard work. And then Sarr showing real hunger with the finish. The goal is being checked. There may just be a look to see if there was a move offside there from Ismaila Sarr. And that's what's been given. The goal won't count. And Marseille's lead is back to 3-1. So Ismaila Sarr denied. Did score 4 times for Rennes in the Europa League back in the 2018-19 season, when they qualified for the knockout phase with some really good nights in Brittany. And that really was the stage for Ismaila Sarr to show his talents, which ultimately took him to the English Premier League. Njai still full of running, but not the finish. There is confirmation that Ismaila Sarr just making that move in behind Mohammadi. And that was the later effort from Njai. Now a trio of changes. Jordan Veretout, the first to make way for Amir Murillo, the Panamanian international, signed from Anderlecht. And Jonathan Klaus comes off for one of the youngsters in the team. Bilal Nadir, the 19-year-old, comes on to make his European debut. And Baledi will make way for Vamo Mete, who also plays his first game in Europe here. So good coaching from Gennaro Gattuso to give two youngsters a taste of the action in this sort of atmosphere. Athanasiadis is having to deal with the back pass from Vida, and he did significantly better than Stankovic did earlier. Renan Lodi has been penalised for pulling back Eliasson. Jonsson. Galanopoulos. He's done really well. but he's unable to find a yellow shirt. Marseille continuing to ping the ball around. Lodi. Rongier is pretty much the only senior player left in the midfield area now, and we will have a minimum of 8 more minutes. Well, plenty has happened in the second half. Son. Ruben Blanco beaten by the goal from Pineda, but apart from that, he has had very little to do in the game. Onjai. Just clipped there by Pineda. It will be a free kick. Nadir. Now Rongier. Towards Nadir as well. Murillo involved on the right-hand side. Rongier. Nadir with the cross. It's met by Vida, but it could come straight back. Rongier. And the cross in is flicked clear by Eliasson. Helped up in the air initially before Pineda gets the distance. Kondogbia. Sarr now in space on the left-hand side, but Kondogbia may look to go himself. And here is an opportunity for the youngster Nadir. And what a debut that would have been. But it was lofted high and wide in the end by Bilal Nadir. And he had time to pick his spot, but maybe he saw the headlines. Well, it took a deflection on the way through. In fairness to him, Mohamedi, the player who lunged in, and that would have been clearly a very popular goal. The goal kick's been given. Well, a big game coming up for AEK Athens at the weekend against PAOK, and they will need to be a lot less careless during that match than they have been at times tonight. Pineda. That was a good-looking ball forward towards Ponce, but Nate is able to tidy up. Pineda. I count the throw-in, and the Marseille fans behind that goal all showing their favours. This has been a very enjoyable second half for them. Zuba. Oh, he fires the shot in, and Blanco has to get down. Steven Zuba had very little on there, but still managed to produce the effort on target. Nadir. Spread wide by Sarr. And the cross in from Murillo is blocked, but he will get a second go, possibly. Mete. Now Mbemba. Lodi just having to stretch. But from the moment Stankovic was sent off and Marseille retook the lead, there has only been one winner possible in this game, it seemed, and Marseille quickly doubled their lead, and now they're looking for more. Onjai. Pulling it back to Rongier. Athanasiadis makes another good save. Nadir. Now Rongier. Kondogbia, who had the initial effort, looking for the pullback again. Murillo. Now Kondogbia. Fires from long range, and this time it's over the top. Well, he's done everything but score, and he's entitled to smile. This one too high, but the earlier shot forcing another fine save from Athanasiadis. And it will come straight back again. Aubameyang in pursuit. And Aubameyang goes for the chip, and it's too high. Well, Marseille could have really filled their boots in the second half. Aubameyang getting there before Makudi, and it was the right sort of idea, but it drifted away from goal. And Gattuso knows that every goal could be important in a head-to-head record. Mohamedi. And AEK Athens will just be keen to drag themselves off the field here and start focusing on their next game in the Greek Super League. Vida. Ushering Eliasson forward. Long towards Ponce, but met by Mete. Rongier. Now Kondogbia. Aubameyang. Unjai. Rongier. And I can't content for Kondogbia to move at walking pace, because that means they can as well. Nadir. Rongier. And the 10 players of AEK Athens have been given a real going over by Marseille in the second half. And it's continuing right to the finish. Mete. Rongier. Aubameyang. Unable to find Sarr, but it's quickly won back by Kondogbia. Now Nadir. Plenty of energy from him off the bench. And the move comes to an end. But maybe the last significant action of the game. It's been a night when Marseille have certainly delivered. And after 2 draws, this a crucial victory for the French Giants. Vitinha with the opening goal in the first half. AEK Athens did equalise through Orbalan Pineda, but then a moment of madness from Sisan Stankovic, giving the ball away on the edge of his own penalty area, fouling Vitinha. He was sent off. Amin Harit scored the penalty, and a few moments later, another foul inside the penalty area. Amrabat on Lodi led to a second penalty, and that was scored by Jordan Veretout. And it's finished at the Stade Velodrome. Marseille 3, AEK Athens 1.
gegenüber den Mannschaften, Unparteiischen und anderen Fans. So entsteht ein besseres Umfeld für alle. Wir wünschen euch allen viel Spaß beim Spiel.
arasındaki UEFA Avrupa Ligi maçına hoş geldiniz. Futbol bizlere oyun meydanlarından eğlenceler oyun meydanlarından kenar bir araya getirdi. Tecrübelerimiz, cinsiyetlerimiz ve adalarımızdan anlayan halkın şükürsüz beraber oyun sayesinde yaradı. Tamamlanan hakimlere ve adetleşlere karşı hürmet, nümayiş edilmekle biz futbolu herkes için daha yaptığı bir oyuna çevireceğiz.
Attention campers, a message from everyone's favorite camp counselor, Josh Dumel.
Ever wanted to reunite with your best friends and recapture the you used to be?
To be with your friends in this setting, it's everything.
And with $200,000 on the line, only the bestest of friends will make it to the end.
Let's go win this $200,000.
Game on!
Buddy Games with Josh Dumel. New series now streaming on Paramount+.
Oh, it's about to be a party in here. BetMGM's got all the sports betting in one place. And it's live, baby. Ooh, we're placing money lines in real time. We got second half spreads and third set winners as they happen. Overs hitting in extra innings. Live is where the action is at. Can we get these people a promo? There it is.
Imagine a lifetime spent waiting. Waiting for a family. Waiting to be loved. Older and special needs shelter dogs wait the longest to find loving people. That's why Subaru and our retailers have donated over $51 million to support over 420,000 animals. Subaru, more than a car company.
If you look closely around the bag, you'll find a clue as to where these delicious pistachios are from. Well done, Sherlock. You found it. Wonderful pistachios are the pistachios that are wonderful with the word wonderful on them.
Hey, you! Can we come together? Hey, you!
New Balance. We got now.
It's a great lot. And the previous owner was really into DIY.
Ah. Is that a chinchilla?
Yes. Stair slide, a Murphy tub.
Finding a perfect home is hard. Thankfully, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save.
Where'd you learn to serve?
Oh, I didn't serve, but if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served in the military, you can join USAA.
Yeah, my grandpa did, so I'm already in, but I was talking about your serve.
Oh.
USAA, for the military community.
Europa League Group G, it is FC Sheriff of Tiraspol against Servette. Two teams who've really yet to establish themselves in this group. Both sides have lost their opening two matches. Servette defeated on the opening night against Slavia Prague at home, and a heavy defeat against Roma the last time around, a 4-0 defeat. For Sheriff, it was an okay start. They were one up against Roma in the opening game, but they were roundly beaten by Slavia Prague in the last game, and they sit bottom of this group. It's in some ways too early in the season to say it's a must-win game, but if either of these sides have dreams of advancing into the knockout stages of this competition, then they need to win tonight, and probably the last three games as well. Sheriff Tiraspol are top of the Moldovan League, won 7 of the 9 games this season. They've blasted the opposition apart, an average of 3 goals per game when it comes to domestic competition. But they are here after failing to qualify for the Champions League knockout situation. Made it here after the Europa League. Two clubs who really need to explode on the stage this evening. The officials led out by John Brooks of the English Premier League. A fine modern stadium that also hosts the national team. Here is the skipper tonight, Enrique Ricardinho, in his second spell at the club. Very popular player, Brazilian-born Moldovan international. In town, Servette, who have turned their season around domestically and enter this game full of confidence. Well, they've come from far and wide to represent these two clubs. Sheriff Tiraspol for the breakaway state between Moldova and Ukraine. Servette, champions of Switzerland on 17 occasions, but currently sitting 5th in the Swiss league. Well, this is the Sheriff starting 11 tonight. They've got to go for it. There's a return in midfield for João Paulo Fernandes, who was banned for the last game. He was sent off against Roma. Tovar returns at centre-back. Bonolo is back in the team, and Ankei leads the attack.
Yeah, stay that side. Perfect. All the way.
John Brooks, assisted by David Coote. Chris Kavanagh, an experienced Premier League team, officiating the game tonight. Team picture for Servette, who have won the last 3 games domestically. The season has turned around, and the side is pretty easy to select. They've gone for a 4-4-2 formation. Jeremy Frick, who's on the fringes of the Switzerland national team, is in goal. Boya on the left-hand side, on loan from Wolverhampton Wanderers of the English Premier League. And Tunis returns to midfield, the Switzerland under-21 international. And they're hoping that Guillemot can grab the goals tonight. Another exciting young Swiss player who learned his trade at Barcelona Football Club. Well, there is no history between these two sides. It's the first time they have ever met. Quick count of the players for John Brooks, familiarising himself with the 11 of Sheriff Tiraspol. And Servette, who finished 2nd in the Swiss League last season. Servette kick off, having won the last 3 games domestically, hoping to put behind them a heavy beating by Roma in the last game. Sheriff actually sacked their coach, Robert Bourdin, after they conceded 6 goals against Slavia Prague on match day 2. This is Zohuri. Servette are actually still looking for their first goal in the competition. At least Sheriff Tiraspol managed that when they took a surprise lead in their previous home game on the opening night against Jose Mourinho's Roma. There is René Weiler, good to see him down on the touchline. They waited 24 years to beat Basel, their great rivals in the Swiss league. Unfortunately for him, he was taken ill at half-time at the weekend and didn't witness the second half, but he's fit and well and barking his instructions from the touchline tonight. The opposing corner, European debut from Roman Polipchuk, the 3rd coach in 10 months of Sheriff Tiraspol. This is Kiki. Out to Douaga. Key man in midfield, undoubtedly for Sheriff Tiraspol, is going to be João Paulo Fernandes, the Cape Verde international. Sheriff trying to free Ankei. Scored 2 goals at the weekend, the central striker, David Ankei, only 21 years of age. 5 goals in all competitions. Fine young talent from Nigeria. Fernandes caught in possession. Stefanovic trying to get them moving. The very experienced Bosnian international, 30 caps behind him.
This is Severin. His partner is Nicolas Vulio, young central defender. Here's Stevanovic. As you can see, they're going to try to get the ball to him as often as they can. Vulio letting Ricardinho know that he's about. And Ricardinho, who's travelled all around Europe, spells also in the United Arab Emirates, Red Star in Belgrade, Russia, born in Brazil, 13 clubs. Been on that he served twice though. Here's Sheriff Tiraspol back here for his second spell. Tunduga, Colombian left back who does like to get forward. Now Luvano, one of the Brazilian contingent. Tabar. Kiki. So getting the ball forward, trying to utilise the pace of Crivelli. Good ball in on that, was a major chance. Fell to the feet of Crivelli, who had space in there. And upon reflection, he'll know that he should have scored. It was the first time that Guillemot had pulled the two central defenders from their central position. Knew exactly where his strike partner was going to be. And he needed finer precision than that. Well, an ambitious start from Servette. As Fernandez caught in possession. Oh, that's another excellent chance from distance. And Tunis, the man who's on it very quickly. Tunis with a shot after the hard work of being done by Doulin. Fulio, back to Frick, the goalkeeper and captain of the team. No doubt his voice is going to be booming around the stadium, Jeremy Frick. Aziku, but Sheriff Tiraspol is failing at the moment to string passes together. The approach play has been a little shoddy. And Kay, Zahuri out on the right-hand side. Little readjustment on this left-hand side. Freak hitting the ball long. Great close control from Stevanovic. And Kay. It was a strong but fair challenge in the eyes of the referee, who set out his stall that he's going to allow crunching tackles. It's an excellent run from AEK into the penalty area, and at least it does register a shot on goal. Always easy to handle for the experienced Jeremy Freak. Crivelli is hit hard. It's been a shaky start from Sheriff Tiraspol. There's been quite a contrast between their domestic form and their European form. All competitions this season, they've actually won 11 of the 18 games. 38 goals scored. Top of their domestic league. But struggling in Group G at the moment. It is a step up in standards for many of these players. Koval, Ukraine international goalkeeper, misses out the midfield. We're close to finding a teammate. Koval leaves it to his keeper, and again it's a poor pass. They don't just clear the ball these days, goalkeepers. They do create from the back. Koval looking for Talal. Tanduaga. Back to the safety outlet of the keeper Koval. There's Kiki, Gabi Kiki, the Cameroon international, who has recovered from injury at the start of the season. Brings some ballast to the defence. One of the more experienced players at the age of 28. Tanduaga. Venoy. Referee quite enjoying the battle on the centre circle and gives the freedom and the advantage here to Servette. Bit of hesitation between goalkeeper and defender there, and it was an escape as Talal waited for Koval. Eventually he whipped it away. There's an air of uncertainty about this Sheriff Tiraspol side. After you, after me, keeper didn't know what to do. Kiki. This is Zuhuri. It's poor control from Ahmed Zuhuri. Did spend some time in Switzerland. He was on loan with Basel. Played for Lausanne as well at one point. So he will be known to the Servette players. This is Bola. Tanduaga. So Paulo Fernandes to Tanduaga. He's the go-to man, the man who's making things happen in midfield, Ricardino. Julio. Severin. Two central defenders, both encouraged to carry the ball forward if they can. Mazikou. Dua. Everybody in the gold strip of Servette getting an early touch of the ball. Japalo to Tantuaga. Luvano. Tavara. Now Kiki. Misses out the midfield. Tries to force a mistake from the Servette defence. Free stops play. Signals us a head injury down there. Doesn't want to take any risks. John Brooks, it's Borla who took the blow. Maybe just felt the sharpness of the elbow of Luvano. So far, it's the home side, maybe as to be expected, who have been edging the possession in the opening 15 minutes. But suddenly the best chance of the game falling to Enzo Crivelli. Bola. Dua getting the ball wide. Takes a slight deflection, hangs it in the air. Sheriff trying to find a way out of their own half, which has been difficult for them so far. Just haven't been able to engage their creative players in midfield. Referee well on top of the situation, didn't feel there'd been enough of a foul. It does stop play, but again, as you can see, signalling that it's a head injury. Always there to be won, and he may have just caught the side of his head there. It's Crivelli who's down. Certainly the 27th season for Sheriff Tiraspol. As you can see from the colours, they have the nickname of the Wasps in domestic football. All this play back to keeper. Tops it upfield. Slight hesitation between the two central defenders and the goalkeeper, who comes very, very late. There's Nkeye, who was on the prowl. David Nkeye. Did he just clip the heel of the defender? Billy was making a pretty fair attempt to get to the ball. Julio may disagree, as does the referee, who awarded the free kick to the Swiss side. Dua. This is Mazikou. Mazikou as a very attacking left full-back. Koval sells his defender a little short, so he gives it him back. Deal with that, he says to Koval. Koval looking in the direction of Louvain. The new man in charge, Roman Pilipchuk, who is a very successful player, over 90 goals in over 300 appearances. This is his 15th job in management, including assistant spells. He's on the staff of Spartak Moscow, has joined Sheriff Tiraspol after managing in Slovenia. Ambitious movement on the edge of the area from Servette. Severin. This is Ondua. Mazikou. Severin looking for movement. Sideways swipe to Vouliot, who's playing on this right-hand side of the defence. Severin. Dua to Mazikou, who's been given licence to get forward as often as he wishes. Maybe they feel there's a weakness to exploit on the far side of the field. Now Louvain. Cadinho calls kindly for Talal. This is Kiki. Tanduaga, the Colombian attacking wing back to Louvain. Fernandez. It's taken them a while. Almost a quarter of the game has passed, but Sheriff are finding a little bit of confidence. Tackling hasn't got any better. It's a cheap free kick conceded by David and Kay. Be fair to say that it has been Servette who have set the tone of the game in the early stages. Certainly a lack of confidence, as illustrated there, especially in the Sheriff defence. Zahuri, it appears, conceding the corner. Severin and Vouliot, the two central defenders, given licence to join the attack here. A little flick on at the near post from Crivelli. And they handle it pretty well, routinely. Sheriff Tiraspol. Tavar. Kiki. Finally they find Ricardinho. He's flawed, he's the danger man and Tajli for Sheriff. First chance for Tovar and Kiki to bring their height and strength to the Sheriff attack. The ball is in there, but it was cool-headed defending from Crivelli. Danger hasn't gone away yet, though. Ricardinho's cross. Crivelli heads away once more. He's doing a good job defensively. Zuhuri is the stay-at-home defender. The small band of travelling Servette supporters getting behind their team. Some of the older ones may have followed them to Monaco back in 1982, which was their greatest European adventure. They got to the quarter-finals of the European Cup Winners' Cup. Duago. Talal. Zuhuri. Zuhuri fires it in. It would require a mistake, but there's a little bit of defending there from the left back and the Gubola. Gives the ball away, digging in. Atam Duaga. Foul. Cardinho placing the ball. The referee will make the 10 pace. It was a rather heavy-handed challenge from Ondua. The keeper has told his defence not to step foot inside the penalty box, use the 18-yard line. And that's a wasteful free kick. He'll have his coach tearing his hair out, especially when it's the skipper that does that. To the blind side, it's a good run, but one no, it doesn't go out of play. It requires the extra attention from Kabi Kiki to come across and save the blushes of Talal. He thought he'd run it out of play. Good determination from Dulin to chase it right to the last centimetre of the field. Tanduaga just crossed the line. Bourdieu to Severin. Freak. Spraying the ball forwards, looking for Crivelli. Crivelli to Stevanovic. Crivelli has a little run and Kiki concedes the corner. Civet find their first goal of the competition on match day 3. Closest yet, mid-air turn from Enzo Crivelli, who's had the 2 best chances in the opening 30 minutes for Civet. There's been absolutely no pipeline to the sole striker, David Nkeye, so far. Young, enthusiastic, covers the hard yards, Nkeye. One pass has found him in the opening half an hour of the game. He goes hunting himself here, but it's funny, spoiled. He's been the centre of everything. Crivelli scored recently in the victory against Bull. Tanduaga. What can he see? Ricardinho to Tanduaga. Ricardinho. A little bit of movement, sends the defender. Badolo. Kiki. Okay, there's just enough to unbalance the defender. They had fallen him all of the way. Severin. It's a freak. Bourdieu. Full pass straight to the feet of Badolo. Badolo's getting busy in midfield. with the noise that can be heard. Yes, and the travelling Servette supporters. The on-field experience, at least, more here than they did when they headed to Rome on match day 2 and were beaten heavily by 4 goals to 0. Koval. Radolo. The referee thought about the free kick and decided that Ricardini had gone down just a little too easily. Volio. Dur gets the ball wide. Severin breaks from his defensive position. That's a poor cross. Tunes. It's a heavy and very awkward landing there. 2 committed players both going for the ball, but it's the Sheriff defender who certainly comes off worse. Kiki landed awkwardly. All of his weight falling on his left elbow, it seemed. Completely accidental collision, doesn't really take the pain away. Having a sing-off, the 2 sets of supporters. Touching his cheerleader is the man who's come closest on 2 occasions, Enzo Crivelli, the former France under-21 international. 7 years since he qualified to play at that level. That Kike is okay to carry on, patched up by the Sheriff Tiraspol medical team. No blame could be attached to Guillemot. He walks out, his eyes fixed on the ball. It appears that there's going to be an early change here for Sheriff Tiraspol. I don't think it's Kiki. He's trying to catch the referee's eye to come back on. They're explaining the laws of the game, that he can't be sent on until play resumes. And it's the sad figure of João Paulo who is taken out of the game early on. I don't know if he's carrying an injury. There are no signs of that. And it's Ngom Mbekele who is his replacement with just 37 minutes gone. Ngom Mbekele is a very experienced, well-travelled player. Played for Cameroon in the last World Cup finals. Also spent some time in the United States. Nice club to play for, San Diego. One can only assume that João Paulo Fernandes was carrying some kind of injury. Kelly has scored in the league, he's scored in the Champions League qualifiers, also in the qualifiers for the Europa League. So he's not a bad player to bring on. Ahead of the cube is Ricardinho, the man with the yellow boots. Also standing over it is Badolo. One would think he's going to be the captain, Brazilian-born. Spins it through the wall, and a fine save from Jeremy Frick. Had to go the full length, the full width of his goal to keep it out. Superb technique from Ricardinho. He takes the free kicks, he takes the corners, Ricardinho. They crowd out the keeper, but it's a poor delivery, unlike his free kick. Jonathan Duaga rolls it back to Koval. Well, that has to go down as the best chance of the game to either side. First save that Frick is required to make. Cardinho over the top, flag stays down for now. The goalkeeper just stands his ground as it bounces awkwardly in front of David and Kay. Severin. It's not a bad pass. Gap opens up here possibly for Stefanovic, who rides the challenges. They've got players in there, takes a deflection, and a fine finish from Crivelli. Such a vital time to score in the game as well, with 45 minutes remaining in the first half. Well, the referee did well there to offer the advantage, which was taken, as you can see from that replay. Crivelli was very much onside as he finally gets his goal at the third attempt this evening. And credit to the architect of the move, Miroslav Stefanovic, the number 9. A great goal from Enzo Crivelli, who has shown in the first half that he gets into good goal-scoring positions. Did waste one chance early in the match. That will give him a huge boost of confidence. Zahuri. Bekele. And they bounce straight back here. That, of course, is the first goal scored by Servette in the group stages of this competition. Blanked against Slavia Prague, and also when they went to Rome. Ninth goal conceded in 2.5 matches for Sheriff Tiraspol. And Kay goes looking for the ball himself. Bekele. Martin Duaga. Panicked pass from Martin Duaga. And the ability to make the wrong pass at the wrong time collectively, Sheriff Tiraspol. They've got a free kick here. Badolo is floored by Crivelli. for about 35 minutes of this game. Both sides were sounding each other out. It's livened up a bit now with that Ricardinho chance and the goal from Crivelli. Ricardinho goes for goal, but going to be no spillies from a vastly experienced keeper like Jeremy Frick. Louvenor. Haven't seen anything at all of Louvenor on this left-hand side. Tabal to Zohuri. Little look around, surprising amount of space for Guillemot. Stevanovic. Stevanovic takes it on again. Little teasing ball. Got to be careful with the challenges here. There's a weakness that is being exposed on that right side of the Sheriff defence. Mazikou, the latest to go flying forwards. Can they register a second goal before half-time? Spun into the near post. Little flick, falls again. Kept in play. Tunis gets it wide. With 3 minutes added to the first half. And that was almost enough time for Crivelli to score his second. Certainly knows his way around the 18-yard box. Bola, looking for Crivelli. Stevanovic giving chase. Slightly panic clearance from Artan Duaga. Goalkeeper comes, takes charge of the situation, owns it in many ways. Julio. It's a silly free kick to give away from Gabi Kiki. I think that's just his frustration boiling over there. He was late. He was very late on Dulin. Covell, the keeper, asking him to get back and offer him some protection for these final seconds of the first half. To Duaga. Certainly can't be any honeymoon period for Roman Pilipchuk, the new coach. Had an exciting win at the weekend, 4-0 against Spartanali, but this has been a poor performance from Sheriff Tiraspol. No time to give the free kick, half-time Whistle goes from John Brooks, the referee, who's been a low-profile figure. The man who's been at the centre of everything has been the number 27 there, Enzo Crivelli. 3 chances, and finally took a vital one 4 minutes before half-time. It's Sheriff 0, Servette 1.